press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome back to your English class. Today we are going to go something apart from your text. We are studying figures of speech. Okay, we often when we do read a poem or its interpretations that we do, a poem always has devices that are there, literary devices that are there, or figures of speech. Now basic 3 figures of speech we will be studying because that will be useful for your classes in high school. Other than that, there are so many we have to study, but we will focus only on 3, that is personification, metaphor and simile. Okay, so we will get into personification first and then move into metaphor and then simile. Now 3 basic things which are present and you can identify in sentences that we speak, in poems that are written down for us, in short stories and novels. Okay, he speaks metaphorically. Have you heard anybody say he speaks metaphorically? That is using a lot of metaphors. I'll tell you what is a metaphor, what's a personification and what's a simile and how do you identify it also. After I teach this and after I finish it, what I want you to do is go back to your poems in the English textbook and find out these literary, these figures of speech or devices that are there. See, English is a very interesting language. The way you can modify it, you have a lot of choice of words. That's what I meant to say. You have a lot of choice of words and you can just manipulate it according to the situation. One word can mean different things in different situations. One punctuation mark can change the entire meaning of the sentence. So see how beautiful that language is. When that language is so beautiful, we also should understand the beauty of it and must inculcate that beauty within us. Maybe through the way we speak. See, we cannot be speaking very dull English. You must adapt yourself. I'm telling it to you again and again, you must adapt yourself to this language for the future years that are going to come, because we are going to become a very advanced world that is there. And mark my words, if you don't improve on at least this language, then it's going to be very hard for you everywhere. So don't stick on to your local languages. Local languages are important. It will be useful. Now it will be useful here and there when you go, you really need them. I'm not saying you just ignore them. No, you need them. You need all your local languages, you need your mother tongue, everything. But where can you use it? Can you use that in your office? Can you use that in the school while you're teaching like this? No, I can't be using my first language or my mother tongue here. So there is a medium, isn't it? This is a medium that I'm conversing with you. And what is more important, knowing those words and how you use them. We tend to use a lot of phrases without knowing the exact meaning of it. So don't use any phrase, don't use any proverb without knowing it correctly. First you adapt and you understand, you practice it on yourself, practice with certain people who speak the same language as yours, and then move forward into continuing and beautifying the language in your own way. See, any language for that matter, if you have a grasp on those words or if you have a hold on your language, you can just manipulate anything that is there. I'm telling manipulation in what way? If I have to give you an example, and if somebody asks you to speak on spot, just your name is called, Mr. or Miss, please come here to the stage and speak a few words on maybe cleanliness or women empowerment or whatever. If you have your hold on language and if you know your words thoroughly and if you know where to use which kind of a word, then there is no need for you to fear. Other than that, what is important is you shouldn't have stage fear. Just speak, very confident with what you speak. Your boldness must you show when you stand, like your body language matters. So in addition to that, if you know these basic things, these 3 figures of speech that are there are too many. you can, if you learn all of them, then it's very easy for you to manipulate language. But these three basics we will study in this class. We'll study the first one, that's personification. As I'm writing on the board, you can make your own notes. Please copy it down, because if you do as I am writing it down, it will be easier for you. You'll not waste your time back again. So we'll just write the meaning of personification first, and then we'll move on to certain examples, and I'll give you certain sentences, how and where you can use them. Okay. Personification is the attribution of human qualities, or nature okay, like characteristic, human qualities or nature to something non-human. To something non-human, okay? Or another definition, a figure intended to represent, you write down the definition, I'll explain it for you. Intend to represent an abstract quality giving an object or animal, human characteristics to create interesting imagery. Alright, these are two definitions of personification that I've laid down for you on the board. We'll just look into what the definition says for us. Now this is a basic dictionary definition that is there. More simpler form of definition, I'll tell you. You can listen to it. Now, we'll go with the definition first, and then we'll come to the simpler one. The attribution of human qualities or nature to something non-human. Put a full stop here, okay? Now, what are human qualities? Qualities such as helpful, kind, gentle, loving, faithful, loyal, then miserable, okay? He's a miserable man, we say, right? He's a miserable man. Then he's a happy man, happy, sad, moody, okay? Certain qualities that we have. Or he's boldness, courageous, confident, an extrovert, is social. So many other qualities that I can put down for you, but we'll stop at that, qualities. So what are you doing? Attribution of human qualities or nature to something that is non-human. So what are you doing? You are putting human qualities to something that is not belonging to the category of humans. Now, if you say, this material is soft as his heart, okay? This material of this cloth material is soft as his heart. I'm giving you a sentence. This material is soft as his heart. Now when as comes, it is a simile, I'll tell you to you later. But here what I want you to pick is being soft is the quality. I am fixing that quality soft to what? Something that is non-human. This is my dupatta that is there. Okay, my shawl that is there, I am saying this is very soft as his heart. So what am I doing? I am fixing his quality to my shawl over here. So that is attributing. You are placing something on something else, okay, something that is non-human, of what? Of human qualities that are there. Alright, second definition that's there. A figure intended to represent an abstract quality giving an object or animal human characteristics to create interesting imagery. Split the definition to study. Any subject for that matter, please remember, when you split it, you remember better. A figure intended to represent an abstract quality. Why do we say abstract quality? Now if you say, she is very kind, can you measure the kindness? You can't measure the kindness. She is very faithful, he is very faithful. Can you measure how faithful he is? You can say he has a kind heart, he is faithful to you, but you can't measure that quality that is there. He is very bold. Can you measure the boldness that is there? No, you can't measure. Those qualities are abstract. It's not something that you do an experiment in the lab and say, okay, this he is 80% bold, she is 20% faithful. No, not like that. We don't measure, isn't it? That's not acceptable, and we can't measure it also. So those are abstract qualities given to what? Okay, just a second. Represent an abstract quality giving an object or animal. So you are placing that abstract quality, maybe kindness, helpfulness, faithfulness, loyal, being loyal to whom? To an object, or giving an object or animal, okay, human characteristics to create interesting imagery. So those qualities you are placing on an animal or an object, whose qualities? Human qualities, to do what? To create some imagery, some image that is there, which is very, very interesting. Now if I give you a sentence, okay, the ocean danced in the moonlight. I repeat it for you. The ocean danced in the moonlight. Now, the ocean is there, the moonlight is there. Dance and dance, danced, dancing, okay, dancing. Who is dancing? We are putting the human quality there. The man is dancing. Similarly, the ocean is dancing to dancing in the moonlight. That is, now if you go to the ocean, there are waves. Okay, if you go to the sea also, if you go to the beach side at night, the moon shines there and then the waves are hitting. So it's a reference to say, okay, attributing these qualities of a man dancing nicely to the waves that are hitting you back on the shore. Okay, few more examples I can give you. This is from Romeo and Juliet. The grey-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night. Okay, a little complicated for you, but yet you can understand. I'll split it out for you. The grey-eyed morn, that is morning, smiles on the frowning night. So what has to be picked here? Smile. Humans do smile. And that quality of smile and spreading happiness is picked and said that grey-eyed morn that is there is smiling just like the bright day. Okay, just like the on the frowning night. Okay, it's like this. See, the grey-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night. Now, frowning. What's frowning? Frowning is this shape on your face. Frowning. Okay, very sad. Frowning. So frowning is a human quality. Frowning where? Frowning in the night. looking at that sad night, the grey-eyed moon, okay, or morn is smiling at this very sad night that is there. Another example, he did not realize that his last chance was walking out of the door. Walking, pick the word walking, I repeat the sentence again. He did not realize that his last chance was walking out the door. Humans do walk, okay? It is attributed to an object or animal walking out of the door. The wind howled. Who howls? The wolves howl. The wind howled. The sound that the wind makes, the wind is howling, howl. Okay, that's the personification, personified word there. The river swallowed the earth as the water rose. Swallow. Okay. So see, if you know these words, it's easy to pick. If you don't know the meaning of the words, you cannot be picking it. So I repeat the statement again for you. The river swallowed the earth as the water rose. The river swallowed the earth as the water was rising. Swallow, take it in. The thunder grumbled like an old man. Grumble. Okay, grumble is just saying, oh, why did you do, grumble. Who grumbled? The thunder grumbled like an old man. Okay, you are comparing there, comparison will come later, but what I want you to understand is quality that is associated with the with what the old man did. Now the grumbling of that old man is associated or attributed to whom? To the thunder. The wind sang through the meadow. Sang. The wind sang through the meadow. The ocean danced in the moonlight. Okay, I told you this. The bees played hide and seek with the flowers. The bees played hide and seek with the flowers. Played. Okay. Alright. Now this was first personification. We'll move on to what is called as metaphor. What you must remember in personification is giving human qualities to something that is not human. That's the only definition. Next one, write down metaphor. Okay. Figure of speech. Write the definition. Figure of speech that describes an object or action that describes an object or action in a way that it isn't, in a way that isn't or is not literally true, but helps explain an idea or make comparison. But helps explain an idea or make a comparison. Okay, so metaphor is a figure of speech that describes an object or action in a way that isn't literally true but helps explain an idea or make a comparison. Okay, we'll break it and listen, break it and learn. Figure of speech that describes an object or action. Now any action that you do, dancing, table, bench, okay, teaching, singing, object or action verbs that are there, in a way that, okay, in a way that isn't literally true. Now if I take an example like this, okay, his heart is of gold, his heart is made of gold. Now figure of speech, we are describing something here, his heart is of gold, that in a way isn't literally true. Now it's not. Now can somebody's heart be made of gold? No, it is not literally true. But what are you doing? But helps explain an idea or make a comparison. You are making comparison to that quality of he being down to earth, or he being nice man, or she being a nice girl. His heart is made of gold. Now the heart is literally not made of gold, but you are comparing. Now when you compare, it is metaphor, okay, comparison that is there when you are attributing certain things but they are actually not true what you have said. It gives a second meaning to it, a second thought to it. So that is metaphor. I'll give you a few examples. It's raining cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs. You can use this, okay, in your day-to-day communication. It's raining cats and dogs, meaning cats and dogs are not falling down. That means it's raining very heavily. It's raining cats and dogs, non-stop rain, that is called as raining cats and dogs. So can you see, literally cats and dogs are not falling down, but you are attributing that thing, okay, you are attributing raining heavily, rain that is dripping very heavily for maybe continuously 2 days, to something that is not actually true. So it's raining cats and dogs. They are okay. He is very down to earth. Down to earth doesn't mean he's just now if this is the surface of the earth, he is not down to earth. Down to earth meaning is very humble, very simple, okay, down to earth, very simple and a humble person. Alright, the world is a stage. The world is a stage meaning you have lot of opportunities. The world is a stage doesn't mean your platform is laid down for you, no. So this is not the literal meaning of being a stage. But what is the inner meaning of it? Inner meaning is you have lot of opportunities with you. You must go and explore it, okay. Life is a roller coaster. Life is a roller coaster ride. Have you gone on that roller coaster during the exhibitions? And it goes very fast and then you cannot figure out what is happening with you. Okay, just waving like this, roller coaster ride. Life is a roller coaster ride. That means you are not riding on it actually. Literally you are not doing it. But your life seems like that. Why life is called as a roller coaster ride? Because you have difficulties, you have happiness, you have everything associated. So you are juggling between just like a joker that is there or a clown that is there in the circus. You are going, sometimes you are happy, sometimes you are sad, sometimes you are moody, sometimes you are having different emotions. So whatever is happening is like a roller coaster ride for you. Okay? Laughter is the music of the soul. Now when you laugh, do you feel it like you listen to music? No. That is, happiness is the music of the soul. Now see, if we are, if 2 friends or 5 of them friends, they share good company with each other and they laugh, they have fun or whatever. That gives them kind of a connection, a companionship that is there, friendship that grows there. So laughter is the music of the soul. That is very sweet to see somebody laugh, see somebody be happy with us. Okay, laughter is the music of the soul. Conscience is a man's compass. Conscience is a man's compass. What's your conscience? Your inner voice. Sometimes have you heard your inner voice saying, don't do that, no, don't go here. And you must always listen to these gut feelings that are there. Never ignore them, because yourself is talking to you and saying, this is not right for you. So conscience is a man's compass. That is, your conscience is giving you directions. What does a compass do? Compass gives you directions. So your conscience, your inner self is also giving you directions towards life. So that is a metaphor there. Conscience is a man's compass. So n number of examples you will get, students. Just put examples for metaphor on the internet, you will get it. But what I am trying to tell you here is you must adapt to all these metaphorical statements that are there, so that your language also improves. When your language improves, everything is nice. Then if you have to put personification, pen is mightier than the sword, mighty, okay, being strong, mightier than the sword, that's a personification. Then okay, all right. Life is a journey. Life is a journey. Journey doesn't always mean you're traveling. Every day in your life becomes like a journey. You don't know the next day. You don't know your destination properly. So life is a journey. So adapt to these metaphorical things that are there. Moving on, we'll go to what is called as simile. And this is one of the easiest things to identify. And sometimes you can confuse with metaphor and simile because both deal with comparison. I'll tell you how you can identify it. Okay, write down simile. Figure of speech involving the comparison of one thing with another different thing. Now these are dictionary definitions that I have removed out for you, okay, but what I want you to remember is simple definitions through how we learned with examples. Alright, now what's a simile? A figure of speech involving a comparison of one thing with the other different thing, with another different thing. When you compare one thing with another thing, okay, I can give you an example. You were brave as a lion. So you, okay, the subject there, you were brave as a lion. So comparison of yourself, somebody is telling it to you. So they are comparing you to whom? To a lion. Brave as a lion. Now these the certain words are like that you can always keep in order to identify a simile is as and like. Okay, he is as good as. She is beautiful like the peacock. Okay, she is dressed beautifully like the peacock. As and like. Two words, as and like, can constitute into being a simile. Alright, I can give you another example. He is funny as a barrel of monkeys. Now barrel is a collective noun. Okay, school of fish, group of people, collective nouns. All are collective nouns. So barrel of monkeys, bunch of keys. Okay, her feet keeps on tapping just or tingling just like the bunch of keys. Just like the bunch of keys. Okay, so what did I say here? He is funny as a barrel of monkeys. He is just as the monkeys. Have you seen the monkeys going from one tree to another tree? And it's very funny to see them sometimes. So comparison of this boy to that barrel of group of monkeys that are there. Okay, it's a collective noun I said. So he is funny just like those group of monkeys. He is strong as an ox. He is strong as an ox. As, okay. Ox is strong, so he is strong as an ox. Your explanation is clear as mud. Your explanation is clear as mud. Mud is very fine and neat and clear. So your explanation, whatever you explained to me, is clear as mud. So comparison of what you have explained to something else. Another different thing, you are comparing it to another different thing that is there. As busy as a bee, she is as busy as a bee. Now what are bees doing? Going on in search of nectar. Isn't it? From one flower to the another flower. One flower to another flower, they are just roaming around. So she is as busy as a bee. That is in reference that she is already too much occupied, she doesn't have time to while away anywhere. Then, my love for you is as deep as the ocean. So what is it? My love for you is as deep as the ocean. The ocean is very deep. So my love is also very deep for you. That is a reference there. Just as the depth of the ocean, my love also has certain amount of depth. Last night I sang like a nightingale. Last night I sang like a nightingale. Nightingale sings, isn't it? Very beautifully. Nightingale sings beautifully. Personification. Last night I sang like a nightingale. I sang like, okay, like. The dress is perfect because it fits like a glove. The dress is perfect because it fits like a glove, your hand glove. Hand gloves stay correctly on your hand, so your dress is perfect as the glove. A glove is referred to that dress and being perfectly fit. Okay. So these are the three major figures of speech that you had to know: personification, metaphor and simile. Your homework would be go to the textbook, find out in all your poems and then mark it out. Before I wind up, I would like to read a small poem for you by Robert Burns, okay, A Red, Red Rose. In that you have a lot of simile that is there. Simile is used here, okay. The poem goes like this for you: A Red, Red Rose by Robert Burns. Oh, my love is like a red, red rose that newly sprung in June. Oh, my love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. Oh, my love is like a red, red rose that newly sprung in June. Oh, my love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. So what is comparison here? Oh, my love is like a red, red rose. My love is like a red, red rose that newly sprung in June. Oh, my love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. Like, okay, like is the word that you had to pick. Okay. So may you understand what is really needed here, okay, and love everybody just like the red, red rose that is there, okay. All right. Thank you very much. Mark it out in your textbooks. And you will, with practice, you will get how what it is, and use in your day-to-day communication. That's the best way you can remember what we have learnt in class. Thank you very much, students, for listening.